All right, good evening everyone. I'm Misty. This is Dinner on a Dime and we are going to get started on tonight's dinner. It's actually a pretty simple one, even though there's a ton of stuff out. You can't even see the whole island and it's covered in mess. But we're going to do something easy for dinner tonight. I am not in the mood to cook a whole big meal this evening, and so we're just going simple. We are going to be utilizing this package of chicken that I got at Target. This one was marked down to $3.33 for this package of 4 chicken breasts. There are 4 of us. That is going to work out perfect. Box mac and cheese that I got on sale for $1.67. Can of ranch style beans that I paid $0 for because a friend of mine was cleaning out her pantry, and since it was out of date, she was throwing it away. Now, guys, your canned goods will go long past the expiration date. This one has only been out of its expiration date since the end of March. I have absolutely zero problem with that. It was a whole big package of them, like the size you would get at Sam's Club, and we're about halfway through that package, and so we're gonna use free ranch style beans. Potatoes that I got for 99 cents a pound. Wasn't planning on doing potatoes tonight since I'm doing mac and cheese, but I want potatoes. And so we're gonna throw some potatoes in the air fryer because I don't want to wait all night for them to roast in the oven, okay? So yeah, where are we gonna start? We're gonna start with potatoes. That's where we're gonna start. So I'm gonna cut them up and put them in a bag, and then I'm going to season them so that they can go in the air fryer because, like I said, I don't want to be here all night waiting on potatoes to roast. I normally will roast them in the oven. However, they take a while, and I'm wanting to have dinner done in like the next 6 days. It doesn't take that long, but it takes a while. I want to have it done faster than that tonight. Not that I'm in a huge hurry. I mean, with the kiddos at karate and all that good stuff, but I just don't want to be in the kitchen forever. I've had a busy day. I've had multiple job interviews today, and so it's just been busy. And so I'm trying to just make things simple and easy this evening so I can relax a little bit. I do have more interviews scheduled for tomorrow, and I should be hearing back tomorrow or early next week to schedule the next round of interviews. Because I don't know if you guys have applied for a job in the last bit, but it takes so many rounds of interviews. You've got pre-screening interviews, and then you've got virtual interviews, and then sometimes a second virtual interview, and then you get an in-person interview. Oh, I forgot about the pre-screen phone call or assessment thing that you have to do. That's all before you ever get a job offer or anything, right? I mean, it's a lot of steps to go through in the hiring process these days. I know it was quite a hiring process when I got on at my old job, but it definitely was nothing like what I'm going through right now. Not that, I mean, it's not hard, right? It's just time consuming. It takes a while, and it slows the whole process down, and so that's where we're at. Hopefully we'll, start to hear back on some things next week. That would be good. I've officially been off work since September the 9th. And so I do have a severance package, and I have signed up for the unemployment benefits that I'm eligible for. That's been a whole thing. I don't know if your state uses it, but our state uses the system called ID Me. It would not verify my ID, so I had to go through extra screening for that because I had to get a new phone number because my old phone number was tied to work. It's just been a process. So, but we're getting through it. All right, so I've cut up about 3-4 potatoes, something like that. That's about how many potatoes it is. I think that's going to be sufficient for tonight. That leaves 5 for another time. And like I said, this isn't going to be the star of the show or anything because I am making mac and cheese and ranch style beans as well. This is just because Mama wants potatoes. And sometimes what Mama wants, Mama gets around this place. Now, I don't want to over oil these because I'm putting them in the air fryer, and I don't want a whole lot of oil dripping down in the pan and all that good stuff. So I am going to do the bag shake method, even though I'm sure that sounds lovely on your side. It does help to evenly coat them and not overdo the oil on them, okay? I do always pretty much season my potatoes the same way. I use a little bit of the Tony's Creole seasoning. I like a little spice, not too much. And then the rest I will use the Morton's seasonal. Okay, so I'm just throwing that in here as well. Remember, your potatoes can hold quite a bit of seasoning, so don't be scared to season well on potatoes. I find it hard to over season for roasted potatoes. Mashed potatoes is a different story. Roasted potatoes, they can hold quite a bit. All right. That is how easy roasted potatoes can be right there. Here's my pan that goes in my air fryer. I'm going to pour these into the pan. Kind of make sure they are spread evenly. I would like them to kind of, you know, all cook evenly. I wouldn't like big chunks of raw potato at the end. That doesn't sound very delicious at all. All right, throw this bag in the trash. I am going to look them over, see if they look like they're pretty evenly seasoned. It's pretty close, so I'm just gonna kind of go over them one more time because as I mix them up, it's gonna knock some of that seasoning off anyways. All right, I'll brown them around. You can see potatoes, they're just simply potatoes. I have not preheated my air fryer. I haven't done anything with it yet because I don't want to start them just yet. I'm going to get the chicken prepped before I start the potatoes. All right, I am going to not change cutting boards because I did the potatoes first instead of doing the chicken first, so I don't have to worry about that. So we will not dirty up a second cutting board. We'll just put that one away here in a little bit. This chicken is the Smart Chicken. It is air chilled, no added water. This chicken cooks really, really well. It's got a very nice consistency to it when it's cooked. As far as texture goes, there's not a lot that I have to trim off of it or anything like that. I really, really do like this chicken. It is pricier chicken, but this I got on clearance from Target. And so I bought several packages of it the day that I bought it. So all I'm doing is kind of trimming off any part that doesn't look great or is super, super thin compared to the rest of the chicken. That way it kind of all cooks evenly so that there's not like a big part of it that tastes funky at the end, okay? That's all I'm doing. Normally I wear gloves. I forgot to put my gloves on because this chicken isn't like a nasty texture to work with like some chicken is. There's no weirdness to this one, okay? It's a little different than dealing with regular chicken. Gonna put this away. I'm going to go ahead and put it in its bag. Then I'm going to go wash my hands and then I will put on some gloves. So I should have put on my gloves to begin with, but I wasn't thinking. It's been that kind of day. It's been a long day. That's why I said I'm not really in the mood to like do a whole bunch tonight because I've been busy all day. And you know, you don't think of interviewing for a job, things like that as hard work. It's not hard work, but it's time consuming. All right, so what are we doing to flavor our chicken? Okay, I am simply baking this chicken. That's all I'm doing with it tonight. I am going to put some olive oil on it. Again, I want something to coat it evenly to help my spices or my seasonings stick to it. Okay, that's all I'm doing here. Just making sure it's got the olive oil on it. Rinse or don't rinse your chicken. It's up to you. Growing up, we never rinsed chicken. We never got sick. I've never rinsed chicken. We've never got sick. But I know there's a whole community out there that says you should be rinsing your chicken. If you want to rinse your chicken, go for rinsing your chicken. I'm not going to tell you not to. Maybe there's a good reason for it, but you know, we've never had any problems, so I'm not looking to make any changes. All right, of course, I just washed my hands, so getting the gloves on is going to be a challenge. Of course it is. because they don't want to go on my hands because they're still a little damp. There we go. We got one in. I'm gonna pretend like I'm a doctor. Like, all right, gotta get my gloves on so I can take care of my patient. Snap them on. Aha, there we go. Okay. Chicken does not have to be hard. You saw I put a little olive oil in. All I did tonight was pull down a bunch of different seasonings that I've had hanging out in the pantry. We're gonna use one. I'll decide here while we're on camera. I have this extra fancy chicken fajita seasoning. I have honey hog barbecue seasoning. This one is really good. If you have a meat church, that one's delicious. You can probably go on Meat Church's website and order it. I don't know, I'm not sponsored by them. I have fajita seasoning. I have adobo seasoning. I have steak seasoning. Even though it says steak seasoning, I've done it on chicken before. It's delicious. Uncle Chris's gourmet steak seasoning. Done that on chicken as well. Saltgrass 7, I've used that as well. The Blend, Kinder's The Blend, which is salt, pepper, and garlic. And I have this Southwest Sizzle. Pick a seasoning, okay? Whatever you're feeling like, whatever's gonna go with the rest of your menu, just pick a seasoning. I've got seasoned roasted potatoes, I've got mac and cheese, I've got ranch style beans, so I'm probably gonna want some sort of Southwestern-y flavor, and guess what we pulled down? Southwestern Sizzle. So I guess tonight it's gonna be Southwestern Sizzle. I have no idea how long this has been in my pantry. It doesn't have a date on it. We'll smell it and see if it still smells like it's got any seasoning left to it. Oh yeah, that smells amazing. And it smells like it'll be delicious. So that's what we're doing, okay? Into the bag, it's gonna go very slowly. Not interested in that. So we're gonna open it up and tump it. Gonna tump it. Tump some in, and we're gonna give it the old shape just like we did our potatoes. Kind of smush it around, get that seasoning on all of that chicken. Okay. Let's see how we're doing here, if I need to add some more. Doopty-doopty-doo. Okay, there we go. Let's see what it's looking like. Yeah, it's not very evenly distributed, but it's okay. We're gonna check it out in our pan and make sure we get it evenly distributed before I worry about putting it in the oven. Do have my oven already preheating to 350 degrees. Guess that's like prime chicken cooking temperature in my house. All right, I'm gonna throw the bag away. Just so you know, I do have one of those trash cans that is super fancy, right? It will lift the lid for you because that way I don't have to touch it. Since I'm, you know, using these gloves on chicken and stuff. All right, I'm just putting a little bit more seasoning on the top. I do want my chicken to have plenty of flavor. This looks like it's got red pepper in it. That's gonna be interesting for the younger one. Maybe we don't do that on both sides. What do we think? That looks like it's got a lot of red pepper in it actually. Okay, I'm going to push that to the side. What do we think for the other side? It's already got this on the other side. He's just gonna have to deal with it. I'll just go light on it. All right. I don't want it to be too spicy where he can't eat it, but he'll live. I promise. He will live. He won't be happy, but he'll live. No, he'll be fine. If he can't eat it because it's too spicy, he'll go to eat a ramen bowl or something. He'll be just fine. And don't worry. I have Clorox wipes. I will wipe down the container before I put it back in the pantry. I know, I touched it with my gloves. Don't worry, I promise. All right, gloves are inside out. Gloves are in the trash. What does our chicken look like? There is what our chicken looks like. I did not spray the pan because it has olive oil on it. It should not stick to the pan, okay? You can probably hear my husband's mowing out there. That's kind of why I haven't really started this yet, is because I want it to be ready when he gets done with mowing. All right, I'm just putting up that extra cutting board. I'm pulling out the Lysol wipes, or Kroger brand Lysol wipes. because sometimes I'm cheap and I don't buy the name brand. I'm gonna give this bottle a quick wipe down. Just make sure we're not spreading any chickeny germs all over my kitchen. Oh, there we go. That's easy, easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right. I have been filming quite a few videos for you guys and posting them ahead. So if you're wondering, why do you have a million videos scheduled out? It's because I've had time to record them for you. I've had time to sit down, come up with new ideas. I've had time to record the ideas. I've had time to let the system take its dear sweet time to upload the videos. That's always a challenge when you're dealing with YouTube, is how long it will take to upload your video. If you're trying to upload them during prime uploads times, it can really take a long time to upload a video. And so I've been trying to get ahead a little bit so that I don't have to wait forever for videos to upload in the future. I need to go through, I have little tiny cabinets that are my seasoning cabinets, and I need to go through them and reorganize them at some point. This is a hot disaster up here. When I was trying to get these spices out for you guys, I was like, oh my goodness, this is such a nightmare. And I created it for myself. I did it to myself, but anyways, it is what it is. Yeah, see, there goes one trying to fall on my head. Just gonna squish stuff in here for today. Open with caution. That's what I need to put up there. Okay, this is going back into the main pantry. Why did I leave Christmas sprinkles down? I don't know. Because there's no room in here for them. That's why. Okay. There's no room in here either. You know what? These are going in this pantry for right now. I don't feel like dealing with it. Here we go. Sprinkles. Find a new home on the baking shelf. There we go. That'll work. All right. I've got water in a pan here. That is going to be for this. You guys can read a box. You guys can figure out how to make Velveeta shells and cheese. But all you do, boil the water. I believe it says 8 to 10 minutes. I usually err on the side of in the middle. So like 9 minutes, because I know it's going to end up on the like stay warm burner for a little while until everything else gets done. So those noodles are going to kind of absorb the cheesiness and still kind of cook through. So I'll give them 9 minutes. I'll drain them. I'll mix in the flavor, cheese sauce. Ranch style beans, I don't do anything. I just open the can, I pour them into a bowl, put a napkin over it, heat them for 5 minutes. It's that simple. I don't add anything to ranch style beans. All right, you've seen me prep the chicken. You've seen me prep the potatoes. All I'm gonna do, potatoes are in the air fryer. I will set it to, around the 400 degree mark. I will let those get going. I will take them out occasionally, shush them around, mix them around, make sure that they're browning good. The chicken will go in the oven at 350 until it's 165 degrees internally. I'm anticipating around 18 minutes or less because these are not really thick chicken breasts. Okay, there we go. 18 minutes in. So I'm gonna get started on all of that. When it's done, I will come back. I will show you what it looks like. But that is an easy chicken dinner right there. And just pull out seasonings that you have. It doesn't have to be hard. Pull out a seasoning, see what goes with the things you want to make with it, and make it happen. It's so easy, it's so simple, and it's going to be delicious. So I will be back and we'll test it out when it's ready.